Hey everyone, I'm Rachel and I have hamsters, and today I wanted to talk to you about the Prevue Quiet Wheel. This is the size large, 9.5 inches. This is the largest size that it comes in. And because of that, I want to say just right off the bat, if you have a Syrian hamster, this is not a good fit for you. This maybe would work for a baby Syrian or a very young Syrian who can't push a bigger wheel, but this will not be a suitable wheel for a full-size adult Syrian hamster. So if you're in the market and you're a Syrian hamster owner, I would check out either the Silent Runner or one of the Night Angel wheel options and get those in the size large 12 inch. This is the size large 9.5 inch Prevue Quiet Wheel, and a few things I do love about it. It is very light. So one thing I like about that is if you have a young hamster, a young Dwarf or a young Robo, they're not gonna have any trouble pushing this. I think this is a great wheel to have around because not only would it work for a full-size adult hamster, Dwarf hamster, it would also work for a younger hamster who is still finding their way in the wheel world. The other thing I love is that it's really wide. So if I measure it, it's about 3.5 inches. That is comparable to the Night Angel Super Silent Wheel. It's definitely wider than the Silent Runner, that's the 9-inch Silent Runner. The 9-inch Silent Runner I find for my Campbell's Dwarf hamsters is a little narrow for them. Once you get the enclosed part on there, it really leaves not very much running track, and so their little bodies are kind of squeezed in this narrow track. This is really nice because a lot of hamsters, if you ever watch them run, kind of go back and forth a little bit, and this gives them a lot of space to run back and forth. The other thing I like about it is it has these little traction grooves, so it's really easy to push and stop. I haven't seen very many hamster accidents on this wheel. It seems like it's very user-friendly. So a few things that I don't love about this wheel. This wheel is really lightweight, which seems like that should be a good thing, but that comes with some problems. The lightness of it means that if you put it on top of, let's say I had it on top of a box in my hamster's cage, the wheel would slide all over. So as my hamster would run on it, this wheel would slowly slide off, and by the time I got to the morning time, I would look and see the wheel would be almost partway off the box that it was on. So that was a little concerning to me. It never fell over. I never had any problem with that, but it was something that I had to then reconfigure things, and I ended up putting this wheel inside a sand bath so that the sand could kind of stabilize it. So if you are gonna get this wheel, make sure you put it in a sand bath. I think that's a better option. The other thing you could do is the Night Angel wheels come with a cork bottom, and you could just put that on here and cut it to fit, and then that way it won't move so much. Another thing I don't love about it is I actually had problems. At first it was very quiet, and now it sort of makes some slight noises. I'm gonna spin it for you so you can hear it. I don't know if you can hear that. So I actually read a lot of reviews on Amazon, and a lot of people said the same thing, is that it kind of like the plastic parts holding the ball bearing together start to come loose and jiggle. A few people kind of tried to take it apart and fix it. Some people, it sounded like, were successful. I am not super handy with that kind of thing, so I just want this to work or not work, and I'll deal with it. The sound isn't so bad that I can't sleep through it, but it's also could be pretty irritating if you are a light sleeper and your hamster's in your room. So just something to think about. It's not crazy loud, but it is a definite clicking noise that you can hear. Another thing that I didn't personally have a problem with, but I have seen on Amazon reviews, is that this base, I'm not exactly sure what it's made of. I tried to look it up on the Prevue website and they did not have information on the base, but I think it's some sort of wood. It looks like it's very easily chewed. So if you have a hamster who really likes to chew, or gerbils, or a Syrian hamster who also, they usually like to chew quite a bit, I would not recommend this wheel because they will chew it to bits. And if you want to see photos of that, just go to the Amazon reviews. You will see people who, their hamster just destroyed this. So not a great wheel for a hamster who's a big chewer or gerbils. The last thing that is kind of a negative is that this wheel comes with a big sign right behind here, and a lot of people complained about that. There were some kind of funny reviews on Amazon about it. I managed to get mine off using this kitchen tool that I use for cleaning, and actually I used it in the same video as for cleaning the glass jars. So I will link to that kitchen tool in case you want to use that. It did do the trick and I was able to get the label up, but it is kind of annoying and it took me like 20 minutes or so to get that label off of here. I think that mostly covers my pros and cons. I think, you know, if you need a good wheel and you don't have access to other wheels like the Night Angel Super Silent wheel, I would recommend this is a nice alternative. If for some reason your hamster doesn't like those wheels, sometimes they're picky, this is a great change of pace for them. It's really light, it's mostly quiet, it's large enough for any dwarf. I would recommend that you get the size large for any dwarf hamster. I honestly, in watching hamsters use this wheel or any wheel, I find that they just do better on a bigger wheel. So I would recommend size large. I will take it apart for you really quickly. So you have this big button right here, and then you have a few parts. Okay. So here is the big button. This comes totally off, so you can take it apart for cleaning. And you do want to try not to get water on this part because it will rust. You put that in. And this is sort of interesting. So you take this little bit, and you put it right there, so that the little pointy part goes towards the center. Then you put it on the stand. And then there's not a lot of room, but then you can screw on. There we go. Voila. So there you go. It's not my favorite wheel in the world. I wish it was adjustable. I wish the base were a little more sturdy, but I think it's a decent wheel and my hamsters seem to like it. So hopefully this was helpful for you. If you have this wheel, please leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think of it, and hope to see you guys next week. Okay,